A couple of months ago, I had a meeting with a friend. He told me about a business opportunity, something that he found and wanted me to invest in because I have the money to start the business. He wants to build a cafe, something like Starbucks, where people just sit and enjoy their drinks or snacks while working their job. He has a good spot. He showed me a document, an Excel file with the expenses and profit possibility, complete with the analysis that he and his dad made to make it successful. The business looks promising, and it has a high demand right now, especially after the pandemic, when people start going out because they're bored working from home. Based on the number, we're going to make around $5,000 to $7,000 monthly right from the beginning. Of course, the potential is even bigger. We can hire more employees when it was more stable. However, despite the business looks good and I had the money sitting in my bank account waiting to be used, I decided not to be part of it. After these years of running businesses, I have failed a lot. The only thing I regret is never stopping, even though I know the business won't grow and is destined to die from the beginning, simply because I don't have what it takes to run a certain kind of business. And my pride tells me not to stop until everything has failed. Well, in this video, I will show you how you can know what business is a good opportunity for you and what business will make you suffer, and it either dies or it'll take a lot of effort to make it grow. First reason, the business that has a lot of minimum requirements for it to start running. Every business represents a risk, but some have low risk and are worth trying for their potential gains. For example, if you live in an area where people come to dig gold, you can simply sell the shovel, food, and water to make money, instead of digging gold. It requires a minimum to no investment to start, but has a lot of possibilities for growth. However, some businesses like stores, restaurants, and clinics will need a big capital, permit, licenses, and other minimum requirements to start running. The problem is that after those investments, there will still be no guarantee of success. Therefore, it is good to consider your options before starting it. A cafe requires a considerable amount of minimum requirements to start running. We will need a fancy place. If you can't buy one, you should rent one. After that, you should renovate the place. Build a nice place with a good amount of coffee machine. Hire a barista that can create great drinks. And don't forget good service and a marketing team that can bring and keeps the customer happy. As a businessman that built several businesses using the internet with zero initial investment, I didn't think it was a good business for me because I could use my time and $0 to start something online and grow it better. Now, before we continue, if you want to learn more about business, I suggest you subscribe to our channel so you can keep updated on our new videos. Second reason, you can't find a way to scale it without needing other people. In this digital age, some businesses can run alone automatically or with little time to manage it, like selling digital books or running a newsletter, blog, or YouTube. This business is easier to scale because you only have to increase production, hire more teams with basic training, buy more assets, or increase the price without compromising your time. However, some business needs your presence to do something, and this is the kind of business that are hard to grow, especially when you have competition that has fixed prices. You can't increase your price because that way your customer will run into the other restaurant. You can't increase your production because it will take more of your time to manage the people. Of course, it can grow, you can hire more employees and hire someone to manage it, but the problem is that human resource is the most complex business you can do because managing people requires many psychological factors that are different for each person. For example, you can't have two baristas with the same skill. You can't have great customer service and waitress in the entire of your cafe, and when some of your employees had a bad day and decided to put it into you customer, it's you that will bear the consequences. Third reason, you can't build a brand around it. A brand is what differentiates your business from others. When you have a respected and known brand, people will tend to choose your product over others because they know that you're the one who offers quality. With a brand, when you start another business that is still related to your last one, you would already have an audience because people will know about you and your work, and they trust you. Building a brand in the cafe business is pretty hard. It will take a lot of capital to promote your brand and your food, and there's already a lot of competition in that place. There are tons of cafes that are open and closed in my city, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to not join the business. Unless you have a strong brand like Starbucks, you'll struggle in the cafe business. Fourth reason, it takes too much of my time. If you just start your business and have a passion for it, spending your time is necessary and probably not taking your energy. But in my case, this business isn't my main business, yet I should spend at least 1 or 2 first months to be in the business, making sure everything is done right and as planned. Now, this is not always the case with everyone else. For me, spending my time in this business isn't worth my time. That's why I decide not to jump in. If I push myself to jump in and do the task that I don't like, then the business won't run well. Fifth reason, it doesn't last long. Food is the basic thing for every human, and that's why the food business is an evergreen business. It can last long as humans need food to eat. But the cafe business is not. Can the business grow well? It can, but it will need more money, time, and hard work to make it into a brand, as we talk about in reason number 4, until it can give dependable earnings every month. Conclusions. Business is more like a personal matter. That's why some people succeed in the marketing business, some people succeed in the food business, and some others succeed in the clothing business. Why I reject the idea isn't necessary because the idea is terrible, but it doesn't suit me personally, and I know it won't work well for me. Most people fail to grow a business because they're not enthusiastic enough about the idea. They see other people's results and think they can do the same because they like the money, not the business. This is a recipe for failure. So next time you want to invest in a business or want to build your own business, make sure you'll like the process and make sure it's worth your time and energy. And when you think the business won't work, cut it off and don't let it drain your time, energy, and even money. It's better to fail and start a new one instead of denying all your senses, just because you're too proud to admit that you're wrong.